Hi, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. My name is Renee, and today we're going to be talking about how to feel and be more feminine. So, I learned about the whole concept of feminine energy years ago because it looked like and it sounded like what they described as feminine energy was the remedy to my burnout, my chronic fatigue, and just the feeling of being so disconnected with myself, with my body. So I really do attribute a lot of the healing work that I've done through just adapting the concepts about feminine energy. 5 tips that you can start practicing today to be in your feminine, to feel more feminine. So being in your feminine energy is a way of being. It's not like this intellectual concept. It's literally the way that you show up in the world, the way that you behave, the way that you think, the way that you literally physically feel in your body. So if you're somebody that deals with chronic fatigue, chronic anxiety, chronic stress, often suffers from burnout and feeling overworked and just disconnected, this could be something that's really helpful for you. It was really helpful for me, and it's something that I have to do time and time again and remind myself of that I can feel my best when I practice these things. So here we go. How to feel more feminine. One, be in tune with your body, your breath, and be present when you're doing things. Feel the sensation of things. So when I say be in tune with your body, I actually talk a lot about this in my program, 30 Days of Empress Energy, of actual practices that you can do to get in touch with your body again. Because a lot of the time, we're not even aware that we're so out of touch with our bodies. It's really insane. So, the easiest way to tune in with your body is to be conscious of your breath. So, something that I've noticed, and I'm not sure if anybody can relate to this, but when you're in a state of high anxiety, you can, if you pay attention, if you just get present, this is the easiest way to get present, is just to become conscious of your breath again. You'll notice that your breathing is really irregular and that even sometimes you're like holding your breath. If you really pay attention to how you're breathing when you have anxiety or when you're really stressed, like it's irregular. Sometimes you're even holding your breath, and it's just like it's not regulated. So, the easiest way to get in tune with your body is to just become aware of your breath and try to regulate it again. Just try to make it more steady. Take deep breaths. That's why that's such a useful practice, is just breathing. It's so simple, but it's so helpful. So, feeling more feminine has to do with getting in touch with your body and your body's cues and listening to your body. That's where things like intuitive eating come in. That's where a lot of these somatic practices come in, because it reminds you that like you are in control of your body through your mind, but sometimes we let our mind control our body and we're not even aware. So it's a whole science. There's a lot of books you can read about how to get in tune with your body if you're somebody that experiences this. I talk a lot about this in my 30 Days of Empress Energy program. So if that speaks to you, definitely go and check that out. But it's all about being present when you're doing things and feeling the sensation of things. So, for example, when we're in the shower, are we just like getting through the shower to just like check it off? It's like when you're not in your feminine energy, you basically take the joy and the pleasure out of everything. So, like for me, something that I started doing just to become more aware and more like basically more tapping into my feminine energy was when I take a bath, when I take a shower, really enjoying that, like finding soaps that I like and really like um incorporating all of the 5 senses. So like smelling the soap, feeling the soap, being fully present there in the moment when you're doing things instead of just rushing to do them when there's no reason to do that. Like, even cooking can be a form of feminine energy, a way to channel your feminine energy because it's creative. And, when you're really enjoying it, it can be a lot of fun. So it's basically the practice of putting joy and pleasure back into things. But you can't do that if you're not in the present moment, if you're not in tune with your body. So I would say that's the first thing about how to feel and be more importantly more feminine, is to get back in touch with your body by breathing, by getting in touch with your breath, and becoming more present when you're doing things, bringing your mind back from wherever country, whatever world your mind is on, whatever different planet. We can be in one place and where our mind is like thinking about something that happened 6 years ago. Really coming back into the present moment by breathing, feeling where the breath is in our body, breathing in and out of our heart. The Heart Mind Institute has a really good um, brain heart coherence practice if you want to learn more about that. But that's my quick touch on how to get back in touch with your body. If that's interesting to you, I can make another video about it. Number two, practice saying no sometimes. It's not the most loving thing to do to always agree and say yes. You need to give yourself permission to show up as your best, and that requires having to say no sometimes. So, this is when we get back to that concept of like breaking the people pleasing habits, breaking the nice girl syndrome, because we train ourselves into this thing that we always have to say yes when people ask things of us, when we try to split ourselves into 100 people, try to do all of these different things, and then we totally like disregard our feelings, our health, our mind, our body. And it's like there's a place for being in service to other people, for being a part of the community, for helping. But you're doing the opposite of loving others when you are like totally not caring for yourself, because you need to care for yourself first. You need to make sure that the things you're doing are coming from a place of love and not obligation, not burden, and that they're coming from this overflow of like, compassion, empathy, love that you want to give other people, and not from a sense of like, I have to do this thing. I said yes, but I don't really want to do it. Practice saying no sometimes. Like, just start there, one baby step at a time. We can do this. How to be more feminine. Practice saying no sometimes, because you can't be that yes person and still be in full integrity with yourself and still be 100% caring for yourself and for your own needs. And that's necessary when we've been trained out of it, especially. So, number two is practice saying no sometimes when it's necessary by tuning into what it is that will make you be able to show up as your best. Number three, simple grooming: clothes, hair, makeup, skincare, hair care. I feel like that's the thing that people think about when they think about being in your feminine energy, is appearance. And, that's definitely one part of it. We have to, look our best to feel our best. And it's a way of showing respect to yourself when you groom, but it's not the only thing. If you want to learn more about actual things you can do to care for your grooming and care for your appearance, practical implementable tips to feel your best physically and maintain a radiant appearance, check out my video, Instantly Upgrade Your Appearance. I talk a lot about this concept in there, but it doesn't have to be this complicated 20-step regimen of like beauty routines, even though if you enjoy that, do you. But the point is to like enjoy the things that you do. So, simple grooming can take you very far, and that's definitely a part of being in your feminine energy, because you're caring for yourself, you're having respect for yourself, and most importantly, you're enjoying these things that are making you feel more beautiful. You're enjoying the process of doing those things, like, and it's weird how sometimes things that are supposed to make us feel good, we find a way to make them annoying. We find a way to like not enjoy them. So like, I hear when we do our nails, we're like in the salon, we're like, oh, I wish I could just take off my hands and leave them there. Oh, it's so annoying to go do my nails. Or like, um, you know, just having to do these things to maintain beauty. It's only a burden if you make it that way. There's ways to enjoy it. And, I totally understand sometimes as women we feel pressured to be like so beautiful, to be perfect basically. And that's an illusion. But actually getting back in touch with the things that make you feel good and finding a way to enjoy them and doing those practices, like whatever it might be for you, and finding a way to enjoy doing your makeup, finding a way to enjoy doing your hair care, your skincare, basically romanticizing it is a good way to frame it. That'll take you very far and put you back into the present moment and put you back into your body, which is all what feminine energy is about. Put you back into your pleasure, into your radiance. Like, these things are supposed to be fun. They're supposed to make you feel better. They're not there to like make you annoyed and make you feel worse. That's not the point. So, and it's something that we do for ourselves. So, simple grooming will take you very far. Number three. Number four, practice slowing down, rushing for no reason. We do this all the time. Hustle culture. We have to practice slowing down. So, I'm trying this thing out right now where I'm gonna be drinking less coffee. Today I only had black tea. We'll see how it goes, but it's because I feel like I was over caffeinated and, too much of a good thing becomes a bad thing. And it was just like speeding me up and making me feel like basically super dysregulated, like my heart beating fast. And I want to just see how I will feel without a week of coffee. But this is my way of slowing down. This is my way of practicing slowing down because it's like kind of ridiculous if you've ever caught yourself sometimes just rushing for no reason. It's like, I don't need to rush right now. I have so much time. Why am I like walking at the speed of light? Like, why? And you look, it looks weird like when you're in a rush for no reason. And it's like your inner metronome is so sped up. And that's like how you start getting anxiety. That's how you train your body into feeling worried all the time, feeling stressed all the time. And it's one slow thing at a time to untrain your body, detrain your body out of feeling like that constant state of hypervigilance. That could be approached by simply becoming aware and slowing down. So if you're like walking somewhere and you don't need to be there super fast, practice slowing down your pace of walking. If you are like rushing, just catch yourself in those moments when you're rushing for no reason and slow down there. If you're drinking something and you feel like you're chugging it down for no reason, practice drinking your drink slower. Practice your movements slowing down because we are just on 10 sometimes and we are really like we're really like overdoing it and we're not even aware. So sometimes it's okay to slow down, becoming aware of those moments. Number 4, practice slowing down and not rushing for no reason. There's a time and place for when we have to hustle and get it, and it is what it is sometimes. But in your like everyday, just find those moments when you can slow down and do it then. Okay. So I use an example of myself. I'm practicing slowing down by easing it on the caffeine. That leads me into number 5. Number 5 way to feel more feminine, to be in your feminine energy, is ease it with the addictions and addictive behaviors. This one, I just want to say, like, maybe it doesn't apply to everyone, but even if it's not necessarily an addiction, sometimes overdoing something can actually work against you. So it's up to you to identify what those areas of your life are. But, obviously addictions can show up with drinking, overly drinking a lot, overeating, binge eating, that's a form of an addiction. Nicotine is a form of an addiction. Even being overly caffeinated, I feel, to some extent, is a form of an addiction. So we want to ease it with the addictions. We want to try to, in a perfect world, we don't have any, but like it's one thing at a time. So you have to see where you are right now and how you can work on like breaking those because you're giving something power over you and you're being driven by things that you don't need to be driven by. You want to be in control of yourself. You want to be fully like regulated. And how can you do that if you are dependent on a substance, on a behavior to make you feel good? If there's an option to not have that in your life, you'll be better off. And there's even, spiritual aspects to overcoming addictions. And it's just like this multifaceted thing. But I feel like easing it with the addictions and addictive behaviors in whatever way you can, one thing at a time, will one, make you feel more empowered, and two, put you more in your feminine energy because you're in tune with your body again. And you are like, you're driving the boat. You're driving the boat basically. So those are my 5 tips on how to feel more feminine. 1, be in tune with your body by practicing being in touch with your breath and being present when you're doing things, actually physically feeling the sensation of the things that you're doing. 2, practice saying no sometimes when you have to. 3, simple grooming takes you very far. 4, practice slowing down. You don't have to rush for no reason. We do this all the time. I'm super guilty of this too. And 5, ease it with the addictions. This is my quick version of how to feel more feminine, how to be more feminine. I know sometimes we just want the like what to do. So here is the information, but actually doing these things and practicing them in your daily life is how you will feel the difference in your body of when you're in your feminine energy and when you are in your masculine energy. So actually being attuned to those physical feelings and those physical cues is more what this concept is about. but this is a good start. So, yeah, if you enjoy topics like this, definitely leave me a comment, leave me a like, and definitely check out 30 Days of Empress Energy, my inner work program on turbo speed to get you there in 30 days. Subscribe, read more about it in the description, and I'll see you later.